Welcome back to the Tournament Center. Round 15, just 2 rounds left in the Pro Tour Hollywood. I'm Randy Buehler here with Brian David Marshall. We are right in the thick of things. The next 2 rounds are just always the most exciting time of the Pro Tour for me. You got huge crowds, you're trying to figure out Guillaume Wafo-Tapa suddenly has to win to make top 8. Shuhei Nakamura already through. That's what we know.
Clinching his 5th top 8 berth.
Yes.
In his relatively young Magic career.
That's true. It's true.
He's in Hall of Fame territory.
He belongs in the conversation, no question about it. Shuhei has not won one of these yet. This could be his weekend. He has been at the top of the Swiss all day. I think the first round he lost was just now, at the beginning of round 15. Sits down across from former world champion Makihito Mahara, fellow Japanese countryman. Shuhei says, "Scoop, you can come into my top 8 too." So now we have Mahara in position to draw in. We have Shuhei that is through. We have Jan Roos of Germany, who's playing a Merfolk deck, also in position to draw in, although he did not get the draw in this round, so he's hoping he doesn't get paired badly again next round. That's what we know. Meanwhile, you got a bunch of guys trying to get to the position where they can draw in. Marin Lebert is sitting in 3rd place right now. He's always in contention.
Looking for a second top 8. He has a top 16 in his very young career, again, even younger than Shuhei's career.
Oh yeah, Marin's been around again, maybe 2 years, and his deck looks really cool. Did you get a look at the deck he's playing?
It looks like a red-green mana ramp deck.
It looks to me like Scred Green, right? It's snow-covered lands. You're playing into the north so that he can get sort of snow-covered dual lands. He's basically got red-green, giant green monsters, but then the removal coming out of red. And I watched Scred take down Greater Gargadon, and it's just like, oh, I'm like, what's he going to do about the? Oh, he's going to draw Scred off the top. Scred
has some really impressive notches in its belt. It's been getting Chameleon Colossuses.
Sure.
It's been getting Dorans. It's been getting Gargadons.
Deus? I'm sure if he gets paired against Z's deck.
It clears everything, and again, the mana ramp deck.
Absolutely.
Spreads out really quick.
Sitting in 5th place, also playing for the right to draw in this round, Matt Hansen, who's playing that Stuart Wright Fury Stoke Giant deck.
Right. We did a deck tech with him. You may remember Matt Hansen. Matt Hansen's showing a real predilection for offbeat decks.
Okay.
He played Spirit Stompy at Grand Prix Philadelphia.
Okay.
So green-white Tallow-Wisp deck. Not, unexpected deck to a top 8 finish there, and he's building on that with another offbeat deck in this tournament.
And the deck we haven't named in those top 5? It's Fairies.
We have not seen a lot of them near the top tables.
I'm not sure I know what every one of these guys is playing, but the Fairy decks do not seem to be eating well at the top of the Swiss in this tournament.
No, and at the top of the Swiss, it also has not been kind to Quicken Toast.
That's true. Guillaume has dropped a couple in a row.
Manuel
sitting in 11th. Boucher's eliminated himself from contention. I haven't seen the Ruels on page 1 of the standings in a while. I guess Ali's in 48th place right now. So, those guys are still going to make some money, but it's not clear. Guillaume's got to go win-win. That
was the dominating day 1 deck.
Yes. No question.
Right? That deck clearly dominated day 1. On day 2, it's run into a couple draws. It's run into a couple losses. I don't know if you're finding better caliber of players. Or one of the things that was interesting to me in talking to Manuel and talking to Guillaume about the deck is they said, our deck is really, really good against Fairies when Fairies doesn't know what it's playing.
Yes.
And I have to assume that that's true about every matchup. Right? When you play an unusual
what is
deck,
this? Right. If you don't know, I totally agree.
Everyone's been talking about it. Everyone's been taking notes along the sidelines, trying to build a copy of it for, side events.
Right. Everyone wants to know what's in it. And suddenly, if you're Guillaume Wafo-Tapa, I had a very similar experience, actually. Worlds 1998, Team CMU built this combo deck, this horsecraft thing. But it's really good, and it's totally out of left field. And we thought that we could really take the field by surprise. We'll show up. Nobody will have any idea what's going on. The deck's got the ability to win at instant speed during their end step when they accidentally tap out. And so we're win, win, win. All of us just came out of the gates with wins.
Did they
but the
stop
thing
accidentally tapping out?
Yeah. We're TCMU, right? You got, Randy Buehler, Mike Turian, you got all these names, and the word just spreads instantaneously. So if you're Guillaume Wafo-Tapa or Olivier Ruel or Antoine Ruel, or even people starting to say, well, what's Manuel B playing, right? Everybody wants to know, and so everybody in this room is saying, what the hell is in Wafo-Tapa's deck? I got to figure that out. I got to build it. I got to learn how to play against it. And suddenly that notoriety actually really hurts you. The edge that you get on day 1 from having a surprise deck absolutely evaporates. I'm sure that's contributing to the fact that their day 2 performance is worse than their day 1.
And if Wafo-Tapa is able to win-win and make the top 8 again, when deck lists are traded and all that information is available,
edge is gone by the top 8.
Yeah. it's going to just be play skill and matchups
And the deck may honestly be good, and it may still honestly be the right call, but that edge definitely shrinks over the course of a tournament. I think we're seeing evidence of that.
And he said, for example, that Fairies was really a 50-50 matchup after they played 100 games with it.
Right. But yeah.
First 10 they said were all theirs though.
Yep. Totally agree. Anyway, that's the news. We got a bunch of people trying to get in at X and 4.
Right,
Looks
it might be
like
1 or 2 players getting in at X and 4.
I've got it at 2. It looks to me like there's going to be 6 people at the end of this round in a position to draw to get to 37, and then you're going to have 2 matches, 2 spots left for either 36 or Wafo Tapo can win to be the 7th at 37.
Who do we see? Who's out there?
So with good tiebreakers who may be able to sneak in as a 36, Nikolai Podovan, Robert Van Metavoord, Adam Yurchik, David Felsky, Martin Juza, Victor Damo de Rosa still very much in it. So somebody out of that mess could go win-win and sneak in on tiebreakers. And then, deeper in the 30s that realistically don't have a shot. You've got Gabe Nassif, Zvi Mauschwitz, Stuart Wright. There's plenty of names that are going to make plenty of money at this tournament.
Playing for yet another top 16 finish.
Absolutely. So, 2 rounds to go, 1.5 rounds to go at this point. Going to be fun. Brian and I will be here. We will be back to tell you who does make this top 8, who's going to be playing on camera tomorrow. Stay tuned to the Tournament Center.